Welcome back to Behind the Raw podcast, proudly sponsored by PWA, Pro Wrestling Australia. And today I'm joined with Salah and Christian. Welcome, girls. How are we?
Good.
Yeah,
Whoa,
crowd goes wild.
Zoe, yeah.
Get excited. NRLW preseason has started, and I know, Salah, you're in Origin camp, but Christian, how's preseason? How's the beginning of preseason going?
First of all, I just wanted to congratulate both of you guys on your win on the weekend and, you know, taking out the cup, the trophy. One more game to go, but yeah, back to NRLW preseason. It's actually going good. Like the energy around everyone is just different this year. Very calm, and I think that's something we kind of lacked last year, but yeah, I think calm's the way to explain it.
And Salah, how's Origin going? As Christian mentioned, we got the win and we're first series win, but how's it been?
No, it's been unreal. Obviously the girls just, they've come together really tight. I think connection really matters, especially in this kind of arena. So yeah, it showed in both games. And yeah, just I guess what's different for us this year is just having a sense of direction under Strangey, and bless him, he's just really brought the best out of a lot of key players, especially Jessie. So yeah, we're all excited to get back into Game 3's camp and hopefully get a clean sweep and make our proud state, our family and people, friends and that. So we can then come back and be with Chrissy and the girls. So exciting.
Yeah, you excited to get back into NRLW?
Yeah, 100. Like we've come back and fallen into, in our time off from camp, and honestly just feeling the energy. Like we haven't been at the training sessions much, but just the way the girls have really gelled, and they've really talked a lot on you, Chris, and you've stepped up for me and Kezie being absent, obviously with Origin duties, but just showing I've always believed in her being a leader, and it's really showing in this time and that. So I'm very proud of you and the way you've held yourself for the girls. And yeah, guys, shout out to Chrissy. She's actually got yellow shirt for us first week of preseason, and it's massive.
Thank you.
Give her a big
Guys,
clap.
Salah, you stole one of my things, but that's fine. So
Oh, sorry. Hi, yeah,
I'm kidding,
Oh,
but not
my
really,
bad.
but seriously. I'm going to ask Christian, what does the yellow shirt mean? Like, we've seen photos of you in the yellow shirt, and obviously Salah and I understand what it means, but tell everybody, on the podcast, what does the yellow shirt mean?
So I think it's something the coaches had come up with. It's like a reference from Tour de France. So the yellow shirt is, I believe it's the overall leader. Doesn't you don't have to be the fittest or, be the strongest in the gym. It's just that, you show up for your team, you do little things well, and just pretty much being a leader in the team in different spaces, pretty much.
And how does that work? So does it come weekly, fortnightly? How do we get the yellow shirt?
Yeah, so it comes weekly. So you get presented it on the first day of training. You wear it for the week. So we have like a Friday, Saturday session. So you have to wash it Friday night, make sure it's dry by Saturday. And so you get to actually keep the shirt. You don't have to hand it back. And then the next person will get presented another yellow jersey. And there's only 23 jerseys within the season, so you can't wear it at the same time another person has it. But yeah.
That's really special.
And who is, sorry, I'm not really meant to be hosting. Who's just curious, like who now has the yellow jersey?
Tara Ranke has
Oh,
it. So
Taz.
Congratulations, Taz.
Congrats, Taz.
I have to get her on the podcast. I know I asked the audience on my socials to ask a few questions, and I know she's jumped on board on that as well.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble!
But back to, we're going to get into a little game thanks to PWA. So did you girls grow up watching wrestling?
Yeah, WWE.
Yeah. Playing it, living it through your siblings.
Yeah, literally.
In the wrestling bag. SmackDown Raw, I think.
Who's your favorite wrestler? Do you guys have one?
I think Big Show, and I think Rikishi was my favorite because his special move.
Yeah.
I don't
What
know
was
if
his
I'll take it
special-
on board.
What's his special move?
What was his
What was
move?
his
Are we
special
allowed?
move?
So he would someone's in the corner of the ring, and then he would sit on their face, sit on them, their face, and just stink face.
Stink
That's what
face.
it's called.
Pink eye face.
I don't know why. Pretty much.
I love that.
So earlier on the podcast, we played this game, and you have a name, like your wrestling move, and a song that you run out to. So I'm going to ask you girls the same question. So for me, my name was a Kezinator. I didn't come up with it, Lockie did. My signature move was a choke slam, and I would run out to sort of any Eminem's song. I'm just going to choose one. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?
Oh, I like that one.
So that was me. So Chris, I'll go with you first. What would your name be?
From the top of my head, Cray Chris. Sorry, just
You
Cray Chris.
You
That
didn't
would be
Google
my
that
name.
earlier, did
No,
you?
I didn't. It came up with all biblical names. It didn't really help me, like the Holy Hammer. I don't think.
And would you be the good guy or the bad guy?
When you're Cray, I think you'd have to be the bad guy. Gal.
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 And your entrance song. What would you
It'll
run
be
out to?
like-
Well, not run out to, walk out to, I don't know.
Yeah, but dun, 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 the champ is here. That song. I forgot who sings it.
Oh, I don't know, but I know the
Yeah,
song.
'cause dun,
And
dun,
just
dun,
play.
dun, dun, the champ is here. Yeah. that
Okay,
one.
and your finishing move. How would you finish off your opponent? Say it's Salah, what would you do?
Top.
Oh, not a
Please
Salah.
be a good
I'd
one.
be like,
Not a stink face, please. Not a stink face.
I don't know. It'd probably be like,
Give her a pink eye. Just
my
kidding.
God.
What would your finishing move be?
it'll probably be like, hit both my elbows and go.
I
don't know.
On the middle, on the
Yeah,
mat.
in the middle. Just,
Holy, yeah,
Okay.
get enough of that train.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a bit scary. I don't think I'll take on you.
Yeah.
Salah,
Oh, elbows?
what would your name be?
The Salaconda. You
What was
that,
it?
eh?
Salaconda.
Yeah, the Salaconda.
Oh gosh. And are you?
You happy or not?
No, it's good. I like
Oh,
it. I really
thanks.
like it. You guys have really thought about this, and
Yeah.
off the top of your head, I like it. And good guy, bad guy.
Oh, bit of middle guy. Can I be the sweetener? I don't know. Yep.
Okay. Entrance song.
Or anything 50 Cent.
Ooh.
Oh, I like the Disco Inferno one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I love that
And
one.
finishing move.
Oh, probably still the Randy Orton one. I think it's where I don't know what the move's called, but he jumps off and he grabs their head and he just literally swings them from the back and just smacks it down.
oh.
Yeah,
okay,
okay,
that's it.
woo! That's it. That's what's gonna happen. But no.
Okay. Should we trial it out later? We've got training tonight, so.
Any
Nah.
health influence?
Thanks again to PWA. They've got an upcoming event in Sydney with Road to the Rumble. It is live at the Metro Social this Friday, the 23rd of May. It's going to be absolute mayhem with all the stars like Jessica Troy, Ricky South, the Velocities, Cosmo Cooper, and much more. So don't miss out. Go to prowrestlingaustralia.com.au to grab your tickets. Now we're going to delve in a little bit deeper and get to know both of you. So Chris, I'll start with you. So where did you grow up and how did you get into playing rugby league?
Yeah, so I grew up in Mount Druitt. I was born in the Blacktown district. Yeah, it was just, I think a couple of the girls from St. Clair, so St. Clair Comets is my junior rugby league, well, my first junior rugby league club. A couple of the girls like Fui, who plays for Titans. The whole lot of girls that played. Tilly Power, don't know if much remember her. Yeah, so they started up a team, and me and my sister, we knew Tala, Lullaby, all those girls, and they're like, oh, come play a game. Me and my sister. So I actually started with my older sister as well. We went down to St. Clair. I think the first team we versed was Minchinbury Jets. And I did not have a good experience. I got high tackle. Like, if you know Minchinbury Jets, they're like big bodies, very aggressive, and Islanders. Got high tackled and all that stuff.
Park footy.
Yep, park footy pretty much. And this was like the beginning of girls playing footy within Mountie and all that stuff.
Do you mind me asking what year that was or how old were you?
I think that was 2015. So I was 15 when I first started. Yeah. Then after that, you know, I kind of didn't want to play anymore. I was like, oh, maybe this isn't for me. But then they introduced Tasha Gale, and I had, you know, one of my coaches, Robbie Taylor, he hit me up. He's like, oh, you know, you want to come give this a go? I was like, okay, I'll come give it a go. So I played Penrith Tasha Gale the first year. Tasha Gale actually started up. We had a lot of big bodies. Like, we didn't really have much backs. We were pretty much underdogs of the team, and I think Bulldogs were. We ended up actually taking it out that year. So, you know, we got the first Tasha Gale overall comp, and then after that, you know, coaches just started hitting me up. I think I started to play for St. Mary's during COVID year. Was it 2019 or 2020? 2020. Yeah, around that time where St. Mary's, they kind of had to pull out the club due to funding, and Wests Tigers came into the picture. You know, I still wanted to play footy, didn't want to miss out, and Wests Tigers actually, I think, I'm not too sure, I forgot, maybe I approached Wests Tigers, and so got recruited into their Harvey Norman side. I remember going to training, like everyone was a bit just like, you know, who's she, like sussing me out, I'm sussing them out, kind of. But then I just put my head down, I trained hard, and then I didn't play the first game. But after that, I played every other game after that in Harvey Norman. And then, when Wests Tigers got introduced to NRLW, like we were in that side when we took it out. Was that 2022?
2022.
Yeah.
The Harveys.
Yeah, 2022 we took it out. But I still didn't have. Oh, I just totally skipped. Sorry.
Don't be sorry.
I don't know
You're
where my timeline is.
No timeline.
So that year, I think there was like a lot of stuff happening with the NRLW teams. Like we had to merge two years into one.
Yeah, 2 seasons.
Yeah, 2 seasons into 1 year. Yeah. So I didn't really get approached for the 2021 season until, you know, one of the girls, Fehi, she got injured in the Eels side, and then Dean actually approached. Dean did a trial with us, the Wests Tigers team, and the para NRLW side, and I just played hard, like ran line, and I was playing second row at this time. And then after that, I got the call up just to be in the squad, the NRLW squad for Eels. So that's when I debuted in 2022, and then moving on from there, 2 years with NRL with Eels. You know, decided to come back home to Wests Tigers, and my season's been here since 2023. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know why I'm asking you guys, like it's your journey.
Life.
I feel like we've always
my
stuck
life.
together.
We'll be here to support you.
Yeah.
No, that's amazing. So you've played for 2 NRLW clubs. So Parramatta was your debut, and then obviously come across to Tigers. Thank you for that. And now you've also re-signed for another couple of years.
Yes.
It's exciting. I'll just stick with you just for now, but who's someone outside of footy that's inspired you along your journey?
Oh, that's a hard one. Someone outside of footy. I feel like it changes all the time. Like it'll be each one of my siblings.
Yeah.
At a, you know, when they go through different phases of their life, it's just like, okay, you know, I can, like what they show, I should be able to instill in myself. Could be my partner at a time, you know, he's going through difficult things and pushes me to, you know, be resilient through all that stuff. So I couldn't say a single person.
Yeah.
I think, you know, everyone plays a part.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, my God, don't be sorry. It's it is hard. You can't really pinpoint one person, and especially throughout your journey. You've obviously gone through different phases yourself, so everyone plays a part and a role throughout all that as well. Salah. Where did you grow up, and how did you get into playing rugby league?
So I was born in Auburn, and then my family relocated to Mount Jewett, same as Chris, and pretty much was raised in Lethbridge Park, just moved around housing commissions around there and ended up just pretty much spending most of my childhood in Tregear. And yeah, I guess where I started footy, I didn't think I was ever going to start it. My dad, I had my little brother who was, his name Rocky, 2 years younger than me. And my dad's like this, he was a spotlight. He was the kid that my dad was just like, you're my kid that's going to go to NRL, get the money, do everything and, you know, for a better future of the family. And unfortunately, obviously, his path didn't go down that way. So then I sort of, we lost my older brother, JNR. And yeah, it was in 2015. So sort of the start or end of 2014 into 2015. And yeah, I guess just the memories I have of my older brother, it's stuck with me since, and it's what ignited a passion of rugby league. My last visit, he was in jail, and my last visit to him, I told him I didn't like playing. I didn't really enjoy netball anymore, and even though I was doing really good, I said it just wasn't there. And my parents, though, very old school with you know, being Samoan and the culture. That's all they've ever known. So for me, I always knew, that's why I never thought rugby league was ever going to be there, or sports, because it was even a struggle to even play netball. If it wasn't for my Uncle Johnny, you know, I wouldn't be in any sports team, to be honest. My parents always had an excuse of, wouldn't say excuse, but it was just, they didn't have enough money, hence the whole Housing Commission. And I was too young to understand, you know, money and everything then. So I truly am grateful to my parents, and you know, that's hence why I do what I do now and give back to them. But yeah, then at that time, my brother tried to tell my parents, you know, let her do what she wants, but it just never was enough. And till he passed, I just knew I wanted to honour him in any way I could. So when I saw that, it's funny that I think when Christian, same year when, you know, her and her sister had approached you know, the whole rugby league, and I had my cousin, Lullaby, who wanted to be one of the first female coaches in the west of Sydney. And we had Glenmore Park Brumbies, it's where she was living. And we had Paul Bent, who's Shaylee Bent's dad. He was mentoring just to help her, because there wasn't many female coaches and she wanted to start that. And she put a Facebook status up and she was like, oh, any girls keen to... And like, obviously I was like, oh, I don't know, like there was a bit in me like thinking of my brother, and I was like, you know, he told me, go, just do it, like why not? And I just thought of that in that moment when I saw the status. I commented on it, or not commented, actually I messaged V, and I was like, hey, do you reckon, like, you know, I could probably come try out, get details. And the only issue was just a lift. Like, how do I get to the training? And, you know, where do I make the time to go? And telling my parents, because they were strict with time with home. And even when I was in high school, I was boarding with a family from my mum's side. So I was going to an all-girls school, and they were strict. Like, I'd only be home on weekends and I'd be at theirs for the weekday for schooling. But then there was time, as I was in like your senior year, I started coming back home, staying with my family. And that's where I was sort of trying to tell my parents, like, oh, you know, I'm like, I told V, I was like, I want to play, but I need your help. So I don't encourage this to any kids.
Why do you have a black eye?
Yeah.
I fell.
Oh, yeah, what's all these, yeah.
Why are the bruises all over your leg?
Yeah, I lied to my parents for a bit of time just to allow me to go and experience the opportunity. I was curious what was rugby league and what it's about. And I did a couple of trainings and out with the girls, and we said to my parents, or, you know, we're just going to do some studying or whatnot. And because they were starting to be, and that was starting to come to the church my parents were at, and my parents were very religious and churchy people. So it was a sort of a way of me and the girls, you know, they wanted me with them to play just to make the numbers, and I wanted to play. So we all just went with this lie until it didn't last anymore. They had to find out somewhere, hey, and we kept playing. My first game, I was nervous because, you know, like the girls just tuck the ball and just run.
Who do you guys verse?
I think it was St. Clair. I think it was either St. Clair or Lower Blue Mountains. One of the other. I can't really remember. There was a fair, like there was Cambridge Park.
How old were you?
Back then, I'd be like 17 or something. I'd say I was around 17, my first game. And there was no Harvey Norman yet.
Yeah.
It was only a 9s actually at the time. So it was hard. We didn't like when the whole 13s came in, we were like confused with, even though NRL games were up on TV, we would watch, but we wouldn't even realize that it was 13 aside. Like it was just hard collision. We just loved that stuff. Run straight, you know?
hard.
Yeah, tackle hard, everything. But yeah, when I played my first game and just, you know, had a first feel of my first run and tackle, I loved it, literally loved it. And then I knew then, like, and the team we had was like, you know, just with open women's actually. It was no set age. Even though I was 17, I was playing with like mothers and that, like of 3, like, or 2. And like they were just so inspiring. Then I didn't realize how much, you know, it meant to the women's game and them in general, just where the game is now. Yeah, it was like, I won't ever forget my first game. And we went all the way to a grand final, and I'm pretty sure we played St. Clair, Glenmore Park versus St. Clair. I'm pretty sure, Chris, I think you were in that.
Yeah.
And Tala tried, like, sorry, Tala, love you to bits, but like she tried to, her dad was sort of like our coach, knowing her sister was coach and playing at the same time, credit to her doing both. And her dad was like, field goal or something. I think we didn't get our conversions in, but we were down to 2 points or something. It was a close, like, grand final. And my mum that day, this is how my parents found out. My mum was my Sunday school teacher, and I was in her play, and I was missing. So my mum had to cover my role in her play. Because obviously I wasn't there. I went with V. V picked me up and I left all my boots, everything. I just was praying to God, like, please just be with me for this game and hope my parents don't get angry or whatnot. And they came, like, because V's parents or her the family told my parents they're at the grand final. And my parents came with them after the Sunday school had finished, and they came and watched. I don't know if there was any bit of, you know, joy that they, you know, I thought I played good, but it wasn't good enough. We lost the grand final and, yeah, got a hiding after that. But then as time went on, like, I feel like the game, like, I love it so much because it's brought me and my family together, especially my old man. Like, he's very stubborn in his own ways, and because I said, like, you know, he thought my brother was going to be the big thing, and I ended up filling that shoes, his
You're the big
dreams.
thing.
I hope so, Dad.
Salinator.
Salah Conda.
Sorry.
That's
yeah.
fine. Cousinata.
No, literally. And with my old man, like, I remember when the whole NRLW, the whole inaugural season was coming, there was a lot of talks, and I went from Glenmore Park to, I think Harvey Norman came into the picture. So I did play a season with Glenmore Park. I think I took 2016 off. I was trying to mourn my brothers. I had time that year just to, you know, try and go study, or not study, but I just helped my family work, put food on the table. My old man struggled. And then 2017, I thought I'll come back and play. And brothers Penrith, they had a team there in Harvey Norman, and that's where I actually played with Chris. We played our first game together then, and I'm pretty sure. Oh no, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. And then 2018, I think we stuck with brothers Penrith. I don't know if you came.
Oh,
that year.
yeah.
Yeah, we stuck with them because we were like, oh, you know, let's see. And that year, but when I was at Glenmore Park, Paul Bent, because Paul, like being Paul, like Shay's dad, he just loves rugby league. He loves a yarn, and he will always he's always somehow talking to the right channels. And he heard that, you know, NRLW was coming. But for us girls then, we were like, surely not. Like, we're only playing 9s. You need 13. So Harvey Norman came, I think 2017 or something, and then 2018 came and I was playing with brothers Penrith. And then that's when the whole news came out, you know, inaugural year's coming, 4 teams, Warriors, Dragons, Roosters and Broncos, yeah. And then I happened to play a game against Mounties, and I had some cause. There was no managers at this time, us players, us girls, unless you were a marquee or just someone that was always had been playing, you know, royalty yourself, Kez, you would know, like, you'd have someone been looking after you, but you just weren't sure how professional they were looking after you too, hey. And for me, it was I versed Mima in a game. And I did get a phone call from Dean, from Dean Witters, but before that game, and he was like, hey, you know, some scouters and that will be around, but yeah, I don't know, like, we didn't know each other that well. He just gave me a call. I don't know if it was, you know, just to try to go play and hopefully get picked. And I played Mimes, but we all knew who Mimes was, Mima Taufa, and she was just an idol for me. And I was just like, oh, I didn't want to touch her, but I was like, oh, we got to tackle you though. So we did. That game went. And then I didn't hear anything else. Like, you know, it was just like, right, all dreams of like, don't even bother looking at NRW. And then I get a phone call later from Mimes. So weird, like, hey, like, just to do some running sessions, like just some extras. And I didn't think of it, like anything of it besides, you know, oh my gosh, this is a cool opportunity. I'm going to go train with you. And I went to Liverpool and my mum would drive me. It would take ages. I'd always have to apologize to Mimes. Like, she remembered this because my mum doesn't drive any motorways or highways. She's very scared of like trucks or anything. So she would take the longest way possible, the safest way. So it'd be like an hour extra on top of, literally, hey. And so when I'd done a couple of sessions with Mimes, and then after that, Mimes was like, hey, do you want to come sit with me and with Bortho, who happened to be the Mounties coach at the time as well. I sat with them and we're sitting and Mimes was just chatting, and she just ended up deep diving into me a bit. So I'd say she was coming from a sister's perspective, like looking out for me, and who am I had to earn like that kind of care from her. Like, she was just such a huge thing for me. She just pulled my head in line. Not that I was anything naughty. I just went through something that was just crap. Like, I didn't know how to navigate, you know, at the time that I was going through what I was going through, just all relationship stuff. And it happens to us girls, you know, growing up, so normal. She was just like, look, Roosters, there's a 24th man spot. Ideally, you only get 24 contract players. She's like, we've got one more spot open. And I was just seeing where your head's at, you know, and I told her, like, look, I did go do a lot of all those things. I'd go drinking every weekend. Like, I'm happy to open up with this because, you know, it's so fun to speak about these things. If we don't voice it, how will you ever be okay? You know, to accept your past is your past. We move forward, you mature, and you are who you are now, and you grow into a leader. And what Mimes did for me then, I'll never forget. Like, literally, I would not be playing NRLW if it wasn't for her to
help you
hold
on
me,
the
help
right
me
path.
on that right path, guide me. And I didn't have anyone. Like, all my sisters had kids and had their own lives. You know, everyone gets so busy and caught up with growing up with themselves. And ever since then, it wasn't an official thing with Roosters. It was just letting me know that, hey, it could be. But then I get a phone call from Walksy, who's, you know, at the Roosters. He does the recruitment stuff, and it was crazy. He was just like, hey, you know, okay, like, and if you know Walksy, he's just like, okay, like, he can put you in two minds with your phone calls. And then he invited me to the facility, which was the old HQ at Allianz, and he sat me down and he was like, look, we've got a spot open, but it's an outside back spot. I was like, look, guys,
I'll work on my speed.
I will. And I was very skinny at the time, so I'm like, I think I can do it. But yeah, like, Walksy was like, it's an outside back spot, it's a centre spot. And he was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, I took it with both hands. I literally did
Did you
not.
actually play centre?
I actually did. Like, I actually went in and I was actually playing a bit of, like, I was everywhere. I think because nines, it was sort of helped us. Like, you were everywhere. There was no like proper halves, or you could
You're
be
in
the
the middle
half
or you're on
yourself.
the outside.
Literally, hey. And when the Harvey came, like, I think I was playing more the half or the second row, like, or like sometimes the center. But then again, like, I think because the way I was running, we all would have been tinier. Hey, like, now I don't know how the hell I was running like so much then and to what I am now, but yeah, it's just crazy how that's how I started with the Roosters. I signed with them as a centre, became a utility for them and did whatever it took, and debuted in my first game in 2018 against the Warriors, come off the bench, and I'll never forget it since. So yeah, 2018 played with Roosters. 2019, I had a year off, but I did play Harvey with the Mounties team, so I sort of fell back with just the relationship I had with them, and that. So it was a no-brainer for me. And then I pretty much, I think Feeney came into the Roosters coaching in 2020. And I was playing at Bulldogs, so the COVID then hit, and Chris went to Tigers, but I left and went to Bulldogs and played there with Rakia, and pretty much went just played second row really, and I found I guess I'd say I found my love for footy again. And it's so easy, hey, you'll fall out of love with it.
Yeah.
But there will always be something in your life that happens, your journey, that it's going to like, okay, yeah, you're back. You know, you love this shit now, like, let's go. And that was Feeney. Feeney literally gave me a chance again to come back to the Roosters. And I literally stayed on with them since. Strangey was an assistant at the time until Feeney relocated for his family. And then, and Chris then come into, Koenig.
Joseph.
Crazy, Keely, the girls, Kinna, literally all of them are there, babies, and it's crazy. We look back and the game was expanding. More games came in, which was nice to see the girls get activated and become actually official NRLW players. Then 2019, I stayed with Roosters. 2021, I stayed on with them and we played the grand final in that catch-up year, 2022, really.
Let's talk about it.
I'm not going to talk about it, Kezie, love you. But I do remember a moment in that grand final.
Player of the match, Salah?
Not that, but I do remember Jess Surges when we celebrated after the game. She did Winksy literally said, I'll never forget. And I think this talks a lot about your humility, Kez, and the person that you are, not just on the field but off the field. The respect, hey, like she literally opened up to us and shared a moment. You knew that you guys had no more time to get us.
Yeah, I remember
before the buzzer,
I was on the bench.
And you and you looked at Winksy and you literally told, I don't know, I'm getting teary, and you said to her, I'm so proud of you. And she even said the same thing for you, and you guys had that.
I'm getting a
I
teary
know,
too.
no,
Stop it.
but that's like I'm in awe like of those kind of relationships, the connections you have, and to be on different teams, it's insane. Hey, like
Anywho,
and we love you for that.
We lost.
Kez. Yeah, sorry, but you literally took your team, and you had a gun team too. Like it could have went either way. Like stacked team on paper, but you were the team on field that was just dominant across the whole season. So went from there. Yeah.
I'm in my period, everybody.
Sorry, Kezie. Literally from that time, I ended up making a really tough decision to
Then you come to the Tigers.
to leave the Roosters. And I it's been home, the Tigers.
And you've also signed an extension.
Yeah, that's us, fam. That's us. Love the Tigers. Love the members, fans. We got something building here, and I talked with Chris about this. Hey, like you don't want to miss the jump. You don't want it. You've done all the work with each other, with your past teammates, and you've built something. The culture's always been there. And like Chris said, there's a good vibe and good energy.
I remember
about this
when we
crew.
had those conversations a few weeks ago when we were like sussing each other out and
Yeah.
getting obviously we care about each other
100,
and we got as you said, we got something really special here. But for us to have those little conversations and be like, I'm going to stay. Yeah, oh my God, I'm going to stay. No, let's all stay. And then
One after the other.
I came out first, so you guys bye.
no, it was,
Chris,
it's
So
very
happy.
special what we have here,
Sure,
I reckon,
fair.
as well. Okay.
Yeah.
If you weren't playing rugby league, what do you think you'd be doing? Would you be playing netball still, or would you dancing?
Oh,
I reckon you'd be still dancing.
I'd actually jump
Royal
out. Yeah.
family?
No, I've literally danced with some dancers just before I put the boots on, that I actually have gone to do the whole royal family trials, and just hearing like, it's when you hear the whole process, it's nerve-wracking. You're like, I don't want to go through that. Just like any interviews, you're nervous. And I feel like I would have actually tried to give that a crack. Travel the world, tried, do some dance classes with some of the best dancers, like globally. And I love Paris Goebel. What she's not only done like for the dancing world, but for the culture, her people, like she's really risen all of them up. And I'm very inspired by her. So I would have loved to actually dance.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah.
Chris,
That's cool.
Sorry.
I don't know. I feel like I'd be like so lazy. And
Oh, no.
I was like, if I didn't have footy, like if I didn't have a reason to run, then I'd be,
Would I be running?
yeah, then would I be running? Do I really want to do this and that? I'd probably like basketball or volleyball. I think volleyball. I really enjoy volleyball.
I could see you in a lot of sports because you're
Yeah.
so competitive.
See that's
Guys.
my downfall though. Like I could be playing with little kids and be like, give me the ball.
Give me the
No.
ball.
I know.
Bang.
Got no sympathy for kids, do you?
What is one interesting fact about you that not many people know? Obviously, Salah, we know that you're a great dancer, and Chris,
one to
you're
Chris.
also really good at ping pong. Do you talk us about how did you get into ping pong and how you
Love this story.
why you're really good at ping pong?
It's bad why I'm good at ping pong. So I
Not
after
beer pong, I
sc-
said ping pong.
Oh, ping pong. Sorry, I'm great at being on. Yeah. So after school, I think I had a year off. I didn't get an ATAR. So I decided to go to college. And yeah, I was studying policing, so I wanted to be a police officer. But instead of actually going to my classes, I spent my days at the ping pong area playing ping pong with fellow students. And there was actually this Turkish guy. He was like, oh, like, you know, you're actually all right. Reflexes are okay. He started just belting like balls at me, and then he would just, we'd just go back and forth playing ping pong. And then fast forward to work, like I started working in Parramatta for a banking company. On my lunch breaks, I would go out into Para Mall, the back, and there'll be like, you know, ping pong tables and all that stuff. And then I started playing with older people, and
that's gangster.
that's how I ended up.
So whenever Chris is on the ping pong table, we avoid it because she's going to win.
100. I don't even
so
bother.
bad. Like, you know, people are trying to learn how to play ping pong, and he's me like,
No mercy.
be better. It's so bad.
I've seen it so many times.
And
But you're
Salah,
gone. You're gone.
Also, I want you to teach our team a dance. Maybe 8 counts, I'm not sure, but
5, 6, 7, 8.
and 1,
2,
2,
3.
So I reckon that's your homework is to come up with a little thing that we all can do.
Naughty.
You know what? I'll teach him first. He
Yeah.
will have to be my assistant to teach you girls.
Yeah,
that would be
gosh,
a cool.
that would
it will
be
be funny. Tom, you'll be there. Where are you, Tom? check.
We're all there, one in, all in.
Awesome.
Let's talk work, because I know you guys both work in community. But Christian, you're in a new role for Wests Tigers in Power. How do you see your community work off the field influencing your mindset as a player on the field?
I think it really brings you back, like, to your roots or to your time as a student, and it just kind of reminds you to live in the moment. You know, I always reminisce when I go out to the high school kids and what they're doing, you know, their mindset back then. You know, like even having conversation with some of the students, their upbringing and all that stuff, and it kind of reminds me of me. And you know, like I'm at an older stage in my life where, you know, I can kind of be a role model or leader to the younger kids. And I think it just, you know, I don't know, it just humbles me a bit. I don't know how, but yeah.
No, you both are very inspiring, especially,
Literally.
you know, what you guys, your upbringing, and, you know, you can't be what you can't see, for young boys and girls to see what you guys are doing. That sport can change your life like that. If that's the route you want to go down, then I feel like
that's good. Sometimes,
really special.
the kids in schools, not even at clinics and that, they don't get the kind of mentorship that they probably need. And I feel like that's the gap we try and stand in and help, you know, navigate those youngins, to obviously just, you know, remind them that, you know, there is the skies and that, to try and aim, like, reach for your goals. Like, it's never the end. Like, and even for us, like I said earlier, like, your life gets so hectic and so busy that we forget to slow down. And I love the work that and the opportunity if we get to do to go out and deliver these programs, because that's what it's all about, is we're enriching our community, but I feel like they enrich us just as much as well. And we become better people and players. And I love that. Yeah, we're so it keeps us grounded.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, you could, like, go have your highs, but these kids and that, they will always remind you, like, there is a lot worse things out there happening than what you're battling, with moments at training, in the office, at home. You know, like, that. If I pass a kid in one day or two the next, at these sessions, that will always bring me back and be like, oh my God, like, I'm so ungrateful. You know what I mean? Like, and it's really good. It's very important. Like, just trying to encourage all other players, who do get the chance to work with their clubs, go out to your communities, but especially if it's your grassroots, your community, go back to them. You know, it's hard for us to get reached out to sometimes nowadays because our game's evolving, our profiles, and also, you know, growing as well. So
Schedule's growing.
yeah, no, literally. So it's us too. We hold ourselves accountable. How much do you care about your community? So yeah, I've been seeing, like, you know, Chris going back to, you know, the Vikings and that, and they're a small junior rugby league club starting out in Mountie. And then it's just good, like, be where you can be. Even Harmony Crichton in her time off with her rehab and that, she's also been on with Chris. I just go back to St Mary's Rugby League. We all those clubs, they help each other. But and also it's the boys, like Romy's been going back to his ambassador club and that out in Oran Park. Like, it's the little things that matter. It's what you do off the field more than what you do on the field. That is the honest truth. So yeah.
It's crazy though to think that, you know, a little encounter like that might not seem much to you, but for those little kids, it's their whole world, and they can't believe they're seeing the likes of you two, or, you know, people like that back in their community, or going to their rugby league game, or coming to their school, or whatever it might be. It's it is definitely very inspiring.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get ready to rumble!
We've got some questions from the crowd, and if you want to ask any questions, go to our socials behind the Raw BTR on Instagram. Actually, before we get started, either do the Raw or do the Claw. What do you got?
Do the raw.
Do the both. Why not?
Will we be seeing the Claw if you score a try?
Oh, yo.
I think, yeah.
That is hectic, eh?
The hardest bit
Just
is
we
scoring
don't,
the try.
we don't score enough tries.
Just see me score a try.
Please, Noddy, can you put some cool ass plays
Someone let me
inside the
through,
10?
please.
Yeah.
I want to do the Claw. Okay, so I'm just going to kick off with one of the questions. Our fellow front rower in Tara, who's the most annoying on the team? Probably a Christian. I'll ask you that one because Salah hasn't been around the team much either, have I? At the moment, who's the most annoying on the team? At training, has anyone been
No
annoying?
hard feelings to our teammates. We love you, but Chris is going to say it.
Oh, I actually don't know.
No one's been annoying?
No one's
We
been
don't have
annoying.
Tess. Who
Everyone's
else is-
like, yeah, no, we don't have Ebony. We've lost all the annoying people.
We've lost Ebony. She's a little...
Everyone's been, I feel like Sarge. Sarge is annoying.
Oh,
Just
Please.
Queenslander and all.
Yeah, actually, that's annoying, isn't
He's
it?
got a bit of banter, eh? Too much.
Crap ref. Horrible ref.
Has he been riffing? Oh, is it Thunder?
Or Thunder?
Has
Oh,
he?
Thunder's,
Yeah.
But love Thunder. No.
Who are you most excited to verse this season? Both of you.
I think doggies.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think doggies. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like they're kind of similar. They would be similar with,
They got some, like, decent signings. They got
decent
Taylor,
signings.
Tekka. I'd probably go with the Waz, the Wahines. It's quite special what the way they've revealed their signings. Some sevens players that we all love watching on those highlight reels, and it'll just be cool to see what they're actually like in a rugby league game. So yeah, the Waz for me.
I've got a question. This is from myself.
Is that allowed?
Who is the biggest celebrity that has ever commented on your post?
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe she had the Rock comment.
Tigers, can you tag him? Everyone, please. Nah, do the Tito. Can you follow me back?
Mine is Sala and Kezie.
Oh,
I can't believe that actually
in my
happened.
phone, it's Christian. My contacts.
Tell us the story.
Oh, guys,
This is just Salah being the best human ever and her family values. So go Salah.
you guys. Honestly, I did not see that day coming or evening. I don't know what time. I'll check it later. But when the video went out of me surprising my dad, I wanted to share it with my audience. And FTA, they collabed on that post just because FTA is FTA. They always make sure they share their people and the wins or the losses. They're just cool like that. And T, who happens to be one of the admins behind that page, she messaged me and was like, nah, like just surely this is not. And I was, when you just upload and you just know like you're just going to get bombarded like a bit. And I just knew I wanted to be off the phone, upload that off the phone, off my socials. And she messaged me that, the screenshot of his comment. And I was like, nah. I was like, no. And I went logged on. I was like, oh my days. Like, to be honest, it took me like literally 4 hours to like process that he even commented before I even shared it like with
Send
with
him
everyone.
like a Wests Tigers shirt or something.
Oh, we
Jersey.
should.
Yeah. You know what?
Let's get his contact.
That is one of my dreams now moving forward, is to try and just meet The Rock. Like it's quite funny in the WWE, I actually love The Rock. Like he was someone I looked up to, like watching that with my brother. And yeah, I love you, The Rock.
Oh, it was so,
So yeah,
cool.
it was
Such a
cool.
story.
I literally think it's pinched every time I see that.
Wow.
This one's from it's.d Miller 18. Who's faster in a 100-meter sprint?
Salah. No doubt. I remember there was this FTA thing where they were doing 100-meter sprints, like it's a local community at Hebersham, and they're like, Salah versus Christian. I avoided it at all costs. I was like, oh no, I'm not
I
available.
believe in
I was
you,
like,
Chris.
no.
I'll
You
just
are
do
very
it.
fast, Salah.
She is very fast.
When we were running yesterday, you were like fast.
Fast.
I thought I was fast. I'm not right. I'm not really fast.
Sorry,
Just the little legs. They do,
got little
they do
legs.
their job when they want to, and then they don't want to go for
my
longer
lungs don't wanna
distances like yours do. So
Cooperate. Okay, this one's from Olivia Koenig, the Olivia Koenig, who was player of the match.
yeah.
that night.
gal.
player of the match, I'd say. Siri, she's just absolute.
He's a freak.
Love you, Koenig.
What's Salah's PB in bench and squat? Asking as a fan and a friend. Mainly a fan.
I haven't done a PB in a squat, but
What's your bench? What are you roughly throwing?
well, in a bench or in my bench, I did 90 last year.
Must be nice.
That was like a year ago and a bit, but just been training, like doing bench and that, it's like, when you're stronger because you're regularly lifting like closer to your 1 RM. I'd love to see how we go with that. And yeah, I love with the squat. That's interesting because I don't think we do. We just go 3 RMs or something with under thunders.
Yeah.
And I was like 140, 150 in threes. So I have to test. Koenig, that's not a question, mate. So
That's a flex.
She's a flex.
Did you ask her to send that in?
No, I promise I did not. All I do is just, I'll push support you, get the try assist.
And
she's
Chris, what about
gone.
you?
No, please. I actually don't know.
Chris is strong.
She's very strong.
She just,
She's
I
offload
swear.
queen. That's what she is.
Yeah. Tell us how you get those offloads out.
Long arms.
True. Yeah.
Okay. This is from leash_field. Do you guys have any game day superstitions? Must be a no.
Really. Yeah, nah. I try not to do all that. I know I have to do a prayer before.
Before bed
Yeah.
or before game.
Before game.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. Not really.
That's a must, eh?
Prayer. Any foods you like to eat on game day? No. Don't tie up one shoe before the other.
Nah.
I just always eat 2-minute noodles.
At 11 o'clock at night?
Yeah,
I've
11
heard.
o'clock at night. Yeah, or like
From your roomies?
Yeah, literally. If I know I'm not full from the dinner, because like especially on away games and you got the buffet, like I prefer obviously just to eat at home because you're eating what you like to eat. And if I'm not full, I'll just literally buy 2-minute noodles and I'll eat it at night, and I'll go to bed.
I remember you used to weigh yourself. Was it on game day or before game day?
I wouldn't weigh myself. I just have the noodles because like I think there was one time I sat with a dietitian and they gave like a seminar and they were like, it's good to have carbs, load up on carbs because you're going to burn a fair bit. So when I looked at noodles, I was like, yeah, I love that. And it goes down easy and sits in me longer.
Yeah.
So I just, don't see.
2025 season. Obviously, it's just started for our team. But for our NRLW membership, we've got a little surprise of what our members are going to get.
Nah, no way. Nah, that's
First look for Salah.
I actually look good. No. You know how you're like, is it going to look like me? Oh,
So if you get your NRLW
shout out.
membership, you are going to get one of these little key rings of Salah.
Yo, and I'll make sure if you get these, I'll make sure an effort after the games and that to come see you at our home
Yeah,
games
you got
and
to
that.
hang them out.
Hang
put
it
'em
out and I'll be
Yeah.
running. Oh, yeah.
We also have our first home game at Campbelltown against the Bulldogs on the 10th of July. So
Wow. Round
that's
2?
game 2. Yeah, round 2 down in Campbelltown. So make sure you come and see us live in action and bring your little Salah keyring.
I love that. Bless.
That's cute.
Exciting for our season ahead. Obviously, Salah and I can't wait to join the girls in preseason. But Chris, what do you think our 2025 Wests Tigers squad can achieve this season?
I think we can achieve a consistency with our performance. We're going to get wins under our belts.
That's it. We ended well last
Yeah,
year.
we did end well last year, and we're going to it's going to be the same throughout the season. Yeah, I think we're going to play our own game. We're going to bring
Authenticity.
Yeah. Through how we play. We're going to, not try and play like anyone else, but our own game. And
and how the preseason vibe's been.
yeah, that's it. Like everyone's just bringing their game. Everyone's in it to win it. Everyone's, looking out for each other. Everyone's concentrated. No one's being selfish on during preseason. It's good. Good culture we're building.
Who's been training well? Any shout outs? Who's been?
Yeah, Tara's one of the many.
Ranky.
She was 5 minutes something. 5
Yeah.
1.2.
Yeah,
hey.
She just cut a lot, and she's
even like good size too.
Yeah, she's so strong in the
ready.
gym.
Yeah.
Claude Nielsen, as always.
gosh.
I love her. She's a
She's so-
2% queen, 1% queen. Sorry.
I love that.
Sea Breezy.
Yeah.
Chloe
She's a young one
Brown.
that I'm keen to see.
Yeah, she's definitely stepped up in the leadership role as
Yeah.
well. For the younger girls that she can relate to.
She's a natural leader
Yeah,
too.
she
Like,
definitely is.
if you look back at her resume and her pathways, she captained the Origin, captained her Tasha Gale teams, and even just her club before those teams. Like she was, we always knew she was gonna
Yeah.
be a leader. And like Chris has said, all those young dev girls, because she's played with them or either mentored them through the pathways this year, it's just been easy for those girls to be open. And it is a safe space. As always, we try and make
You
it.
can
right?
definitely see she's got those leadership
Yes.
qualities.
Love the
and
girl.
she's
I'm
just
excited
going
for
to
her.
keep flourishing. What about GI? Greg Inglis is one of our assistants. How are you? Obviously, he's in Origin commitments at the moment as well,
Yeah.
so he's been in and out as well. But how are you excited to have him as part of our coaching staff?
Yeah, 100%. Like he's mainly going to be working with the backs just because
So-
that's his role.
We'll join in sometime.
Yeah, I know. Like one day, like half, fullback, wing.
We've been kicking, we've been practicing that.
practicing
so-
kicks and that. But he fits in well because he also brings this calm energy into the backs, and that's what we need: calm, collected. Just his knowledge in the game is going to be crazy for us girls.
We've got players that like Tiana Lee and all that. Like, I honestly am excited to see how he unlocks their potential.
We've got so
you've
much
probably-
unlocking.
Yeah.
you've probably already seen it. We do have fresh faces, especially with Rick now having a season of just obviously she's doing
Growing 2 little babies inside
growing
her.
2 bubbas. But yeah, I reckon GI is going to really bring good things out of those outside backs. I'm excited. They all hungry. Hey, like
Yeah.
from those optional sessions, they made the decision to come to them, and I think that was reiterated. Hey, Chris, from the first sessions, it's you. Like this is up to you. Like how much you really want it. And these were girls that weren't even officially signed yet.
Yeah.
They were there 50-50, and they were traveling from Canberra
Yeah.
all over, and these girls committed. They had
it.
work.
It's over like 5 weeks,
5 weeks they did this.
2-3 days a week.
They've been rewarded with a contract, and I think it's enough when you see players want it more like that. I think that's why me and Kezie, Chris are so excited to come back. We want to, it's a bit of FOMO, like we just
Yeah, a
want to
little
be
bit.
with you in the mix. But like I said, you're holding the fort, sister, and
Yeah.
keep going because, I think, like we said, something's building.
But we see you guys, honestly, like, although you guys aren't there, we understand the commitment, and, you know, it's such a massive accomplishment for you guys to be at Origin, and all your hard work has led to that moment.
Hey, likewise.
Yeah, but
likewise.
I am
Yeah,
just
don't
excited to
feel
get back
guilty.
into
I know, for not coming.
Tigers.
I know you guys, you know, just automatically feel guilty that you're not with the Tigers team, but we still feel your presence with us when you're not
We're there in
there.
spirit.
Exactly.
What about
Pretty
half the
much.
team is, it feels like a deal with Queenslanders.
And Bassie,
Bass?
she actually got called up for Origin
3.
camp.
Did
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
Special,
Oh, congratulations,
So
Bassie.
congrats.
Oh, and you know what? She's actually having a real good start to her year.
Yeah.
She's she also just got engaged 5 weeks ago.
Oh, Julie.
So not only to have that, then to get the
Contract
admission,
here.
and the contract here. Man,
That's a great addition to us too, that experience outside back to help
100%.
mentor our younger girls
Yeah.
as well.
She reminds me a bit of Frezzy, like you know how they say the wingers are your typical tall build and whatnot, like with Bassie, that does the hard,
Strong,
the
yeah.
grunt stuff and her finishes. She's just there, timing and her knowledge, IQ. Like you can't train her in every outside back coming through. So Bassie's gonna be cool as to watch.
No, I'm
in the
excited.
She's
Tigers.
put in, like, she's, you know, put in her input around the clubs with the backs and all that stuff.
So
So
good. So
everyone's
good to hear.
like, throwing over that.
Because she is experienced too, hey, like, and that's
So experienced. And she's played at the highest level as well.
Yeah.
with
like,
sevens and that as well. I didn't know she has
didn't
a
know
bit
she
of a
played
background of
sevens.
sevens and that.
Oh, I feel like every back.
Yeah.
I feel like
Did you all come from the sevens?
I know every
Salah, centre.
Hey,
Okay,
hey.
so just to sort of wrap it up, do you have any tips that you can tell younger girls or girls who are wanting to be in this space or make it at the highest level? What is something that they can do or should do or to make it?
I feel like it's just you know, at the end of the day, it's your choice, whether you want to get up, whether you want to play. I know NRL, like, footy is trending, but, you know, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if you want to achieve it, it's up to you.
That's right.
The ball is in your hands.
I feel like,
Yeah.
I guess for me, I'd probably share with, probably say just train with purpose. Probably attention to detail with your coaches. You're going to get different coaches. They're all going to be different, the styling of it and how they do it, but it's your attention to detail. You're like a sponge. You can pick and choose what to take in, but don't ever change what your strengths are. Like, you know, because it's so easy nowadays with mental health and, you know, people, when they talk to you, you start doubting yourself. Like it could be, you know, 1-2 different mentors you cross paths with and they could, but it's a choice you make. You can pick to take some of the good things they teach you, but just don't ever shy away from your strengths. It's why you're going places, and just stay humble, and really have fun with the footy. Your footy, like you'll see your game elevate when you're actually enjoying your game. Like, and I think I took that just watching Kennedy, since her readmission into the Origin campaign. I've seen her, like, you know, I've been lucky enough to be roomies with her, and
Just be yourself.
just be yourself, authentic, just never change. And yeah, just man, your dreams, like they will alter as you go. It's never going to be the same. The little girl that you were to, you know, once you hit those NRLW and you're in there, just always find a why to keep going. And when you do hit the NRLW arena, but other than that, just respect yourself too. Don't go out there trying to please others, and just make sure you're treating those around you with proper respect, like off the field, because that matters more than what you're doing on the field. But yeah,
I love that.
1% you and the 1%, but it's 99% faith.
Yeah.
That's me. Like what I think.
I think how you hold yourself and carry yourself away from rugby league and making sure you're doing, you know, being a good person first and foremost, and
Yeah.
being that selfless person and making sure you can help everybody around you, which then in turn helps yourself as well. Great answers, guys. I love that. That's why you guys are at the top of your game. That's it for us today. So that's another episode of Behind the Roar. Thanks, Christian and Salah, for coming in and talking all things footy. Thanks again to our sponsors, PWA, Pro Wrestling Australia, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, Vanita.